Volvo has done pretty well in the crossover market. They can't make the XC60 fast enough. XC70 has the kind of owner loyalty manufacturers dream about.
And of course, when you think of the brand, you think of just one thing, right? Performance? Well, I'm only half kidding. They have dabbled in it in the past. Now they are at it again.
This little blue square on the tail means something big in the engine bay. It means it's Polestar equipped. What's that?
It's basically an ECU upgrade that changes the feel of the engine.
Explain for those who aren't motorheads, it's new software for the engine's computer. The Polestar modification is a $1,500 option in these two cars that gives them more power.
It also changes the throttle response, it increases the throttle response, and when you drive one of these cars, one of the things you'll notice is you have a lot more mid-range torque. It gives the car a more sporty feeling, if you will, when you drive it. The torque is what pushes the car forward, and the more push, the stronger the motor will feel.
Software upgrades have been available for years, but they've been aftermarket, not always street legal, and can void the factory warranty. Polestar is completely emissions legal and covered by Volvo.
There are Volvo enthusiasts out there that are interested in performance. By offering Polestar, we're able to give them the extra horsepower, the extra torque, without sacrificing any of the drivability in the car and offering all the coverage because it's completely backed by Volvo. People really have to get to know our cars. And I think Polestar, that's the second thing that I think Polestar will do for us. It will get that message out there that our cars are fun to drive. They're not just safe, they're not just for mom. They're really a good car. They're a competitor in every sense of the word.
I spent 2 days with Polestar-equipped cars. Volvo sent us to the Apache Trail in XC70s, just outside of Phoenix.
The Apache Trail isn't really as rough as it might seem. It's a very rugged dirt road, but it sure shows off how comfortable the XC70 is.
The Polestar modification adds 25 horsepower and 29 pound-feet of torque to the T6 engine, so the car feels much more alive. It's easy to tell the difference on and off-road. And yes, this rig can hit the trails. They're much more capable than many believe.
So the terrain we're covering is not really rough, but it is kind of sandy and slippery. The great thing about the XC70's all-wheel drive system is it delivers power to the wheels that have grip. You can feel it, it's very secure.
The 70 is as supremely useful as it is comfortable. There's an awful lot of space in here, and it's easy to load very long things like ladders and surfboards. The cabin has an especially warm and inviting quality about it, with high-quality materials throughout. Volvo's supportive seats are considered among the best in the industry. There's also this signature space and one of the most intuitive climate controls in the biz. While the interface is very thorough, you can change just about every parameter of the car to your liking. The little knob that controls it is tedious. Makes me wish for a touch screen. XC70 seats 5, they got rid of that rear jump seat years ago. Options include handy built-in booster seats. The rear is comfortable for 3 average-sized adults, and everything a passenger could want to keep them happy is here. In short, people riding in this car will want for nothing.
All right, on to the XC60. Design, of course, is subjective, but the Swede is arguably one of the better-looking rigs on the road.
I'm not going to say anything further, but let's pause for a brief music montage to appreciate the lines. There you go. Our Design 60s get the Polestar upgrade standard, but no little blue badge. Come on, guys. I guess you could scare one up from a Volvo dealer if you really wanted one, though. Experience an XC60 with the Polestar modification, and you won't want to go back. The power is delivered right where you need it for passing and highway merging. It really does improve the drivability.
Obviously, XC60 is a crossover, but the driving dynamics border on sports sedan territory. A great blend of comfort and control.
It's also quiet and comfortable. While fuel economy doesn't change with Polestar, XC60 doesn't exactly sip gas. The EPA rates the all-wheel drive model at 18 city, 24 highway. Our Design XC60s get a sports suspension, making it a little less desirable for off-roading. But really, how many of these vehicles even ever see a dirt road? A quick look at the interior finds a very handsome space. The Volvo folks must hang out with those legendary Scandinavian furniture designers. I'd say they were either cooking with those Circulon pans or they're big fans of vinyl records. This is a very unique touch. Got to love the panoramic roof. The 60 gets the same small knob interface as the 70, but fortunately it also has the same kind of utility. This Swede certainly has a great work ethic. The elastic band on the cargo divider is surprisingly useful. Volvo hasn't turned its back on safety. I'm just not focusing on that in this piece, but I will remind you that the city safety system detects other cars and stops automatically. Their pedestrian detection system, shown in this S60, is very cool, potentially life-saving. Volvo's adding Polestar because, well, they want to be more things to more people.
And obviously, safety is always going to be of primary importance to us. But there's no question that we're also looking for that fun-to-drive component. And I think these products are starting to deliver much more of that than you've seen in the past from Volvo. They've always been great cars, they've always been great drivers, but now we're really adding that fun component in.
If you're sad that you've recently bought a Volvo without Polestar, good news.
You can order this when you order a new car. You can order an upgrade for a car that you already own and have driven for a while. It's from model year 2008 and onward.
And it can be done quickly.
It can be done while you're at the servicing your car for oil service or change of tires. You don't need to order it in advance. Yeah, it's quite simple.
The Polestar software isn't exactly Volvo's answer to Mercedes AMG or BMW's M Series, but it makes cars that are very well done even more fun to drive. For those who love power, it's nice to know there's an app for that. These events are great for talking to the folks that make the big decisions. There are enthusiasts out there that are frustrated that Volvo isn't bringing the new V40 to the US. Why is that?
The wagon segment in the U.S. is a very challenged segment. We struggle with V70, we struggle with V50. Quite frankly, we didn't see enough potential for the car in the United States to warrant bringing yet another wagon in.
Yeah, and I understand. What is it about the United States? They just don't gravitate towards wagons.
Yeah, it's very interesting because the rest of the world, of course, loves three doors. They love wagons. But in the U.S., I think the wagon people really have moved over to XC60 sport utility type vehicles, and wagons just don't fit the needs anymore.
Well, that's my look at the Polestar-equipped XC60 and XC70. If you're in the market for a luxury crossover, I highly suggest you look at one of these two. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.